Hey everyone, Dave coming to you from our kitchen here in North Texas, and today's going to be an instructional video on how to do an enema. I'm not sure if you've ever done one or not, if you've thought about doing one. I personally have done them for several years, and I find them extremely helpful for my own health and well-being. There's many benefits to doing enemas properly, improving digestion, helping get rid of yeast and parasites, improving your energy, helping with skin problems, helping with liver function, cleanse the colon, improve colon function, help with kidney function. It boosts the immune system. You can do your own research on enemas. Ask your health professional if they're right for you, and if you decide you want to do one, fantastic. I'm going to show you today kind of how I do it and some of the equipment you'll need, and the proper coffee beans I think are the best beans to do the enema with. And so I'm going to kind of show you what we need. First you want to have obviously coffee beans. I like to use these detox organic green enema coffee beans. They're specifically designed for enemas to get a smooth, gentle process. So I'll put those in the link. You want to have this is a measuring cup. It's got milliliters here because you're going to have 800 to 1,000 milliliters of the solution that you're going to be using. So this is nice to have the way to see how much you got going. This is the Enema Kit basically. Order this online. Stainless steel, and it comes with the tubes obviously, and got a nice adapter here in the end. So we're going to be using that. Also, you're going to want a little strainer. This is a tiny strainer. You can also buy a big strainer. You just want to make sure it's very fine, so when you're straining the coffee beans you don't get some grounds into your solution. So have a nice strainer. You're going to want to find some coconut oil to use as lube, and spatula. Okay, stainless steel saucepan, very important not to use Teflon non-stick stuff. It's got to be stainless steel so it doesn't leach into your solution. If you want some great information on Teflon, watch the movie Black Water. It's on Amazon or Netflix. Great show if you get a chance to see that. It's all about Teflon and why we should not be using that. You also want to have a little bit of water handy. Make sure it's purified, clean water. So that's nice room temperature. And also have boiled myself some hot water as well, purified water. Because what you're going to do is you're going to find the right temperatures. You want to use a nice body temperature. You certainly don't want too hot, and you certainly don't want too cold. You want to have a nice body temperature solution so it makes it a nice, gentle, relaxing experience. Okay. Also, I'll show you a picture of the setup that you want to have a nice, I like to call it a nice nest, where you put some pillows on the ground, a nice blanket where you can lay on your side, you're preferably on your right side, so you can have a nice relaxing experience here, okay? Very comfortable experience. When I first started doing enemas, I was a little anxious. I wasn't sure what it was about. I thought it was going to be uncomfortable, and I was a little anxious, but after I did the first one, I was like, wow, this is pretty easy. This is no big deal. So that's why I want to share with you the proper way to do them so you can take out any anxiety about doing an enema if you decide you would like to. So this is our setup. This is our kit. So let's get rolling. So first thing you want to do, I'm going to find a spoon. Okay, you want to find a tablespoon, and I like to use 4 tablespoons of the coffee beans into the saucepan. Okay, 4 tablespoons. All right, so let's turn on our stove here, stove top, and then you're going to add your water, a little bit of water to the beans here, because what we're going to do is we're going to get these beans boiling. We're going to boil them for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to take them off heat. Okay, so you got your spatula. You want to just stir occasionally. You make sure you're not burning anything, so just kind of nice stirring occasionally. Keep those going. All right, as we see, it's starting to boil. I've turned it down to a simmer now, and we're just going to let that simmer just for about 8 to 10 minutes. Keep stirring every minute or two just to make sure things are evenly cooking. not burning. Turn it down on simmer. There we go. Rock and roll. Okay. Okay, great. So we've got some nice boil here. Now we're going to take it off. We're going to let it sit for about 10 minutes and just let it cool down, let it steep itself. And in between, you've got about 10 minutes here. So what I like to do in those 10 minutes is, maybe go do some stretching, do some breathing. If you have a sauna, you sit in the sauna, go for a little walk, do some yoga. If you have a bouncer, do some rebounding. But you just want to think about getting your body relaxed, getting your lymphatic system moving, getting ready to, I've noticed it does help as I go through the enema, that it seems to be a lot more effective as I get my body ready for that. So just take a few minutes and just get things ready, get your nest set up, and just do some stretching and breathing, and we'll come back and start getting this solution ready to go. We are back and we are ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our enema solution, and we're going to use this little strainer that you've got, okay, or whatever you found, and you're going to start pouring this off into your measuring bucket here. Nice and thick solution here. Should be nice and dark. Yeah, let me get all that in there. Good. And just take that out. Now, obviously we don't have enough yet, so this is where you want to take the water that you've boiled or heated up. You want to pour it in your coffee grounds, and you're going to continue to steep. And you're going to keep repeating this until you have your 800 to 1,000 mils of solution. And obviously this is hot, so we're going to use our cooler water next to try to get our temperature just right, so where it's comfortable. Very good. Once again. Now, you stick your finger in there and feels, and if it's, you're not going to want that going in your colon at the moment. So you want to have some nice cooler water in here, almost out. Mix that up just a bit. Fantastic. And we are going to pour more. This is a very important step because you want to make sure you get the right amount of water with the right amount of temperature. So let's see where we are here. We are at about 800. Yeah, we're about 800 mils. Feel the water. Still a little bit warm for my taste. So we're going to take a little bit more of. I'm just going to top it off just slightly with some cooler water. Mix that up. Perfection. That should be just right. So it's kind of like if you've had a baby's and you've tested the water, baby's milk on your hand, on your wrist, and that's the same thing. Making sure that you got it's perfect temperature, so that if you got the right temperature, you don't even feel the liquid going inside of you. So it's really great to get this just right. So, all right, let's move on to the next step. All right, gang, here we are in our nest. So now this is a couple key things to do before you get started. So you want to have your bucket hanging, obviously tubes coming down. Now, on your tube, you got a little stop valve here, open and close. Make sure that this thing is closed before you pour your solution in the bucket, okay? Very importante. So let's do that. Okay, in the bucket, set that down. Now, it's important to get the air out of the line, so put your tip in the bucket, okay? Open up your valve. Get any air out of the tube. not as comfortable when you got air that goes up inside of you. So get the air out. Turn off the valve, pour solution here. Boom. Now, last step. This is going up inside of your bum. So this is where your coconut oil comes in handy. So you want to make sure to lube that really well. Get it nice and slippery, nice and smooth, okay? So you have a nice smooth insertion here. You're only going to go up to about right there, so it's not very far. So it's no big deal. Not as bad as you think it's going to be. Don't even really recognize it. So there's that. So you're ready to go. So now it's time to begin. Now before you start, while you're laying in your nest comfortably, this is the time to put on some nice relaxing music, meditative music. Don't be playing games on your phone. This is not the time to be texting. This is not the time to be reading emails. This is your time for yourself, okay? Give yourself the space to heal your body. And so this is the time to just relax and let your mind think of healing and nothing, no work, just relaxing. Great music. It's going to do this for about 15 to 18 minutes. I personally go 18 minutes, but at least 15. And then once you're finished, very, very important step here, before you take the insertion out, before you take this part out of your bottom, make sure you turn the valve off. Otherwise you get solution all over the place, okay? So turn the valve off, take out, sit on the toilet, relax, and allow things to go. Okay, very simple step. Okay gang, here we are post enema, and like I said earlier, the one thing I love doing after an enema is a beautiful tall glass of fresh squeezed juice that came out of the juicer. Here we have carrot, celery, cucumber, ginger, parsley, and lemon. Oh, and also beets. So it's a beautiful color, beautifully flavored. So again, after your enema today, you might just want to just rest. Make sure you drink 2 or 3 glasses of the juice. Avoid meats today, and just listen to your body and give yourself a little bit of a break today, just to relax and allow your body to enjoy being cleansed today, and just use. So take some time. If you feel like taking a nap, taking a walk, doing some stretching, just let today be the day for you, and enjoy your post enema and enjoy your juice. Watch our juice video that we've made that talks about how to make juice and what kind of machine to use and such. So enjoy the day. Delish.